Now, if you're anyone like me that's always been into health and fitness but have never ever seen the results, look here. But finally, I have seen these results. And the reason, well, there's a few reasons, but this is one of the main reasons, and that is yo-yo diets or aggressive 1 or 2 month weight loss diets do not work. You can keep on promising yourself that you have a month until the beach and you're going to eat tuna salads every day for a month and you're going to lose the weight, but guess what happens? It never happens. Or it didn't for me anyway, but I'm sure it doesn't for a lot of other people. And there are 3 reasons why yo-yo diets and aggressive diets don't work, and then at the end I'm going to give you the solution. Okay, again, it's going to be a nice short snappy video, so pay attention. First reason is you give yourself 1 or 2 months to get in shape, right? So we're out of shape, we're carrying much more weight than we want to, and we're like, oh my god, I've got my holiday in 2 months, I really need to get in shape. And what happens is we put so much pressure on ourselves, we stress over everything. Every little thing we put in our mouth, we're like, oh my god, that's going to make me put on weight. Oh my god, this is going to do that, this is going to do this. And we meticulously think every single day, okay, should I be eating this, should I be eating that? And we overcomplicate it and essentially just put so much pressure and stress on ourselves. And what happens with stress? Stress is the worst thing for obviously mental health, but also weight gain. There's more and more studies that stress is what makes you put on weight. So when you're stressing about what you're eating, it's really, really hard to lose that weight, even if you are in a significant calorie deficit. Second reason is the long term. Got some balloons there for the second reason, is the long-term effect. So, for example, if we go on the keto diet, for example, right, which is no carbs, or like the carnivore diet, which is no carbs, it's simply just meat. What's going to happen is our body is going to get used to that diet, and then it's not going to be able to handle when you start to bring back in normal other foods such as carbs. So what happens is we might lose the weight for 3 or 4 weeks, great, but then as soon as we start to implement some other types of food, we blow up, right? Because our body, for example, can't handle the carbs. So it's going to hold all this water weight, it's going to make us put on weight. It's just not sustainable. Going on these aggressive diets, you're not going to be dieting like this for the rest of your life, right? So the long-term effects and the sustainability is not there. Reason number 3 is you're ignoring the root cause. Why are you overweight in the first place? Is it certain habits you've had for the past 6 to 12 months that have made you put on weight? Is it something personal? Are you emotionally eating? Do you need to rectify that situation in your life? Again, is it stress? Is it stress from work? How can we incorporate more mindfulness and more well-being into our life to make us less stressed, to make us lose weight? Because stress makes us put on weight. So ignoring the root cause, always looking for the outcome and the solution instead of thinking about what the initial problem was, right? So good news is the solution and what has worked for me. You might not like this, but it's patience and playing the long game. I know, I can hear the boos already. Billy, I want to get in shape. I want to have a 6-pack in 2 or 3 months. I tried it for 32, 33 years. Well, maybe not that long because I probably wasn't trying to lose weight when I was a 7-year-old. But you know what I mean. And it just never worked for me. So I said, look, this isn't working. I've always wanted to live a healthy, active, enjoyable lifestyle. And so let's just try and play the long game. Lose weight over like a 6-month period, right? So having a patient mindset and playing the long game. I want to turn it into a lifestyle. I want to make it enjoyable. So what I did was I ate healthy. I've said this before. I had my eggs, my Greek yogurt and fruit, and my meat, pretty much my 3 core meals for the day, and then maybe a protein bar or a protein shake. But then I would have a cube of dark chocolate, and then I might have like a biscuit or some kind of treat or snack with like my afternoon peppermint tea, right? So just those little things there with the dark chocolate and the snack made it sustainable for me. If I completely cut that out, you know, it's just miserable and it's not enjoyable. So yes, I was losing weight slower than I could have, obviously, if I went on a dramatic diet, but it was sustainable, and over time, we all know this, consistency always wins, patience always wins, habits compound over time and get you the results that you want. Okay? Also, and lastly, is I used to chase external validation from people. I wanted a 6-pack to show off to people on the beach, right? And that motivation eventually wears off because you're like, people aren't going to really care how much you look. And to be honest, they don't really. And so now I know that happiness really does come from within. I want to look at myself and be proud of who I see in the mirror. Okay? So that mindset shift has really, really helped. And yeah, in general, I hope this short video was useful. Yo-yo, aggressive diets, they might work for the one-off occasion, but really, if you're looking to be consistent and, you know, always maintain a good weight, you have to be patient, and then you turn it into a lifestyle. And then really now that I've got over the 6-month period and the 6-month patience, whatever you want to call it, I now know what I need to do. I now have the tools and the foundation to lose weight, and I'm, you know, at a good weight, maybe not as lean as I want to be, but I know that I'm, say, maybe just a month away if I really knuckle down with what I've been doing, limiting alcohol, limiting processed foods, etc. So that's the beautiful place to be in. Anyway, gonna stop rambling like I normally do. Hopefully that was useful. Any comments, please leave them in the comment section below. Thank you for watching.